Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Mind. And today we will discuss some of the TCS NQT coding questions in the C programming language. So let's begin with our first question. So our first question is to find the missing element from an array or from a sorted array or an arrangement in an series. Okay. So what it is saying that if you have an input, like you have given some 5 as an input and you have given the arrays in the sorted order, remember this one, you have to give the elements in the sorted order only. So we have given some, let's say suppose 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what is the first missing element we are having? Is the 2 is missing here. So our output will be your 2. In the same way, if we are given the 8, so and the series of element we have given is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is the first missing element? 3 is missing here. So our missing element is 3. So let's see its code. Okay. So we need to start it from here because the execution start from the main. Here we are initializing the two variables I and j. Okay, and n is also here. So declaring the three variables I, j and n and the array which is of length 100. Okay, so this is the first line says about it. Okay, then scan a percentage per d ampersand n. So we are taking the n value which is the 5 suppose, and we are running the I loop from 0 to less than n, that is less than 5, which is 0 to 4. I is running and we are scanning each and every a value for a for an I. So for I is equals to 0, a value supposed to be we had given 1. For I value 1 we had supposed the given 3. For I value 2 we had supposed the given 4. For 3 we have supposed given 5, and for the I value 4 we have given the 6. So I has reached its limits, so we are done with our array values. Okay, after this one we are having the user defined function, that is find number, in which we are passing the two variables, that is the array whole array and the n value contains the 5 and the array value contains your 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 1. Okay, whenever it finds and execute this statement, it directly jumps to here. So what it is taking, that is int star a and n. So it is capturing it here. Okay, now we are having the sum equals to 0. Also here we are declaring the four variables, that is I, j, total sum and sum, and initializing that sum is equals to 0. So this is a comment section, you don't need to read that one. Now we are running the loop for I equals to 0, I is less than an I plus plus, and we are sum of the total of the array's values. Like sum is equals to, sum is initially 0, but for the first array element, that is 1, sum will be 1. Then for 3 it will be a 4. Then 4 plus 4 is equals to 8. Then 8 plus 5 is equals to 13. And 13 plus 6 is equals to 19. So our sum value contains the 19. So sum value contains the 19 after executing this for loop. Okay. After this one, it will go into the total sum. So this is the formula. Total sum is equals to n plus 1 multiplied n plus 2 divided by 2. So in our case, n is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 multiplied with n plus 2, that is 5 plus 2 is 7. So 6 into 7 is 42 and divided by 2, which is equals to 21. So in our case, the total sum contains your 21 value. Okay, these all are the comment section, so don't go for the comment sections. Okay, these are the comment sections. Okay, don't go with this one. So just it's a very small program. Then we need to print the missing element, that is percentage d total sum minus sum. So our total sum is 21 and our sum is 19. So 21 minus 19, which is the 2, is our output, which is the missing element in our case. Okay, so what we are doing is, I will tell you from this previous example. So what we are doing in this simple sentence, if I will say, then what we are doing is, we are taking the sum of this whole array. We are taking the sum of this whole array. So let's suppose that this sum is equals to, our sum is equals to 42. Okay, and total sum we are taking, whose formula is n plus 1 multiplied with n plus 2, and this whole is divided with 2. So here 8 plus 1 is 9, 8 plus 2 is 10, that is your 90, which is divided by 2 is equals to 45. So total sum contains your value 45. So what is our missing element? That is nothing but a total sum minus sum, which is 45 minus 42, which is 3. So our output is 3. So missing element is 3. That's it. This is very easy question. We need to find the missing element. Going for the next question. So in next question, what it is saying that in this question we need to find the frequency, number of times this last character has been occurred. For example, is this A is how many times it is occurring? So it is occurring for 3 times. That is frequency of the last character. So why is how many times it had occurred? It had occurred only 1 times because it is not present in this before characters. Okay, any more times, so equals to 1. So this last character, how many times it had occurred? So 2 times. So our output is 2. So it is counting the number of frequency for the last character. Okay. So see here. Sorry. So we have to go it. We will start from here, and we will have the main function. Okay, we can have a void main, int main, no, not a big deal. So we are having the char ch. So we are having the array which is of character type from 0 to 99. Okay. So we are initializing or declaring the 3 variable I, j and c, and initializing the c with the 0. Scanf, this is one of the format to take the character. With this format you can take the space as well. For example, hello world, you can take it like this with this space. So this format is very important, and I think it is new for you. So remember this format. If you want to take something with Alpana and Sri, you want to take with this space, so you can use this format to take it one by one, character by character, into an array. Okay, because here we have defined the character array, and you want to store that particular character by character of a word in an array, so you can store like this. Okay, so after that what you are doing is you are initializing the I equals to 0, and it is running until and unless you got the null character. So whenever you are getting the ch, like it is stored a l p, so last character it is always storing the null character after completion of all those things. Okay, after completion of your whole sentence like Alpna Sri, so after this Sri it will store the null character which represents the end of the string, which is represent the end of the file or end of the string. Okay, so what we are doing is that this outer loop will run from I, this outer loop will run from I, that is 0 to until and unless it gets up to the null character. Okay, and every time it is initializing the c with the 0, and j is running from also 0 to null character. Okay, that is whatever the I, j will run from 0 to null character for each and every value of I. For example, I equals to 0, the j will run from 0 to null character. For I equals to 1, j will run from 0 to null character. And each and every time whenever the I value is going to be different, the c value is initialized with 0. Okay, and whenever you find that ch of I equals to ch of j, then we are incrementing the c value. So with all these steps is just to count all of these one. Why I had written this for whole? Because we can also manipulate this program to another program, I will tell you later. And then we are printing this last character. Okay, what is this last character, and this last, what is the count of this last character? You can print it this one, that is, it is not important. Okay, so what is there, it's not important, just you need to print the count. So count of the last character, that is the, in our case if it is Alpana, then how many times the a has been repeated, so 3 is our output. Okay, so why I had written for this whole one, that is if you change it here, okay, if you replace this one here to after this bracket, okay, that is inside this loop, if you will write, then it will give the frequency of each and every character. Like in an Alpana, a is repeated for 3 times, L is for 1 time, P is for 1 time, A is for 3 times, N is equals to 1 times, and A is for 3 times. If so, If you want to print this like in this format, that is the frequency of each and every character, so just you need to do a little change, that is instead of writing it here, you can write it up here, this statement. Okay, same statement, you can write it instead of here, you can write it here, and then closing this for loop. Okay, so after this closing of this for loop, if you will write this statement and then close the outer loop, then you will get the frequency of each and every element. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you understood the questions, and if you like the video, please do like, share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Okay, thank you.